What is good, Transformers fans? And I'll tell you what's good. Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Been waiting way too darn long for this, but we'll get to that later. First, I want to talk about Transformers Tuesday, which was held at the time of me recording this yesterday, and I just want to introduce it to those of you who don't know what it is. Don't worry, I didn't know what it was until yesterday. Basically, Transformers Tuesday is just a day where some of the designers like Mark and Evan get to talk for about 5 minutes, trying to get you to spend more money on stuff that they know you don't want, but they also know you're going to buy it anyway. Seriously, Evan literally said that one of the only reasons they made that deluxe Devastation Optimus Prime is so that he could go with the Studio Series 86 Devastator, so that it can kind of recreate the scale from that game. Even though this Devastator is not from that game, but dang it, it's working and I want to do it really bad. But now let's get on to some of the figures themselves. First up, they announced a 2-pack with a repainted Spinister, and thank heavens because that old one looks like actual dog doo-doo. And what I'm pretty sure is a brand new G1 Topspin, who is a remold repaint of Twin Twist. And I don't know if you know this, but see, these figures go together. And if you have Twin Twists, then you have to get Topspin, because you wouldn't want to separate figures that go together, would you?
Brothers Connect here, the jump start.
Anyways, this 2-pack looks pretty cool, and for 50 bucks, getting 2 figures and some extra crap that you'll probably put somewhere and never find ever again is a pretty good deal. The next thing they showcased was that Devastation Prime, but I already talked a little bit about him, and we've known about him for a few months. So let's talk about the package refresh for Studio Series 86 Jazz. Oh, that's pretty cool. Is he gonna have solid blue plastic and not clear plastic? No. Yes, this is literally just a package refresh of this guy, which is really frustrating because this guy is notoriously one of the most stressful figures to handle in the past 2 years. Seriously, other than animations, I do not touch this guy. Well, except for right now. But did we learn nothing from the last 2 years? Guys, are you okay? Please, I just want a good Studio Series 86 Hound that doesn't cost me $250 stinking dollars. Also, I'm completely convinced that Evan is also very afraid of breaking this figure because he literally did not touch the actual figure once. He only touched the car mode, and he did it in the most terrified and careful way possible. But now getting on to some of the juicy stuff, we now finally have a Studio Series figure of Dark of the Moon Wheeljack. Sorry, did I say Wheeljack? I meant Albert Einstein. Goodness gracious, this thing will haunt my dreams forever.
We're your prisoners. Move it. Can we talk this out? We're all a bunch of good chaps. I mean, you know. Why did you...
Anyways, this guy is just as ugly as I always knew he would be, and I absolutely love him for it. And while I am really excited for this figure, we'll have to see how it is in hand because that backpack is absolutely hilarious. But anyways, this guy looks fine. He looks fun. Next up was the inevitable Gamer Edition Ironhide. I say inevitable because we got Ratchet not too long ago. I know this isn't actually Gamer Edition Ratchet, but it's the best representation that I have. But yeah, Ironhide looks pretty cool. I still think Ratchet just looks a little bit better. That head crest really makes him look cool. But yeah, these figures look pretty good together. Right? Don't they look really good together? Alright, so this next one's gonna take a little bit of context, so brace yourself. A few years ago, little me really wanted that Studio Series Dark of the Moon Shockwave figure, but I wasn't exactly in the position to sell my liver to some guy on eBay. So contemplating whether or not my parents would spank me if I asked them to spend over $100 on this guy, because I said, I eventually gave up on it and figured Studio Series would release a Bumblebee movie version of Shockwave somewhere down the line. Didn't know somewhere down the line would be 2 whole years, but hey, I finally got the figure. And while yeah, after getting the Bumblebee movie Shockwave, I still kind of wanted the Dark of the Moon one, eventually I came to terms with the fact that I would never own it, and eventually I stopped searching for him. But apparently Hasbro heard my cries for help from 2 years ago and said, hey, let's re-release the figure.
Not a new figure, but an incredibly hard figure to come around these days. First released in 2019, we've got Leader Shockwave from, of course, Dark of the Moon. And This is a wild figure. Well, I mean,
Editor's note, I do realize I'm probably the only one who's mad about this. But no, Hasbro, not this time. You cannot make me buy this figure now. Maybe, I don't know, I still kind of really want it. My integrity isn't that strong, guys.
It came! It finally came! The big one.
Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime is finally here. after way too much time. And yeah, it looks about as unfinished and unpolished as my personality, but I know I'm gonna buy it anyways, and Hasbro knows that too, because they know that I have Studio Series Age of Extinction Galvatron, and these two figures go together. And Hasbro knows that I wouldn't want these two figures to be without each other, because they go together. Hi, is this, getatherapist.com? Yeah. I was wondering if I could schedule an appointment for next week. Oh, you need some information about me. I'm a Transformers collector. Hello? 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 In all seriousness though, I actually think this guy looks really cool and I cannot wait to get my hands on him. Also, can we just take a second to look at how cool the box art for these new toys are? Oh my goodness, these look downright awesome. Oh, and they're like re-releasing Titan's Return Trypticon in G1 colors or something. And for those of you who can afford that and think it's a good financial decision, I am happy for you. But that was the first Transformers Tuesday of 2025. I can't express to you how much I am going to be in complete debt by the end of this year. Actually, Hasbro, if you just want my credit card information so that you can buy the Transformers for me, that'd be awesome. I'll actually get that to you right now. As to not take the original purpose of the Transformers Tuesday video away, I will have a link to Hasbro Pulse down in the description below, so that if you want to pre-order any of these figures, you can. Also, if you're walking around Ohio sometime next year and you see some homeless guy on the side of the road with nothing but a Transformers collection, it's probably me. But that's all for today, so see ya.